Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard Suds Heads Up. Today we've got Might and Magic Legacy 10. Might and Magic 10 Legacy. I think that's... The X is a 10 that's in there somewhere. So, yeah, this is the return of the, open world, turn-based RPG series, Might and Magic. This is not Heroes, this is not turn-based strategy, this is not that thing that was like the puzzle game, Clash of Heroes, Might and Magic. Yeah, that one. Not that. Yeah, this is the old school. So I'm gonna show kind of later in the game, but I do want to show just some new game stuff real quick, just to kind of show what it's like to just the character building. So there is a default party you get here, and you can tweak it, and there's also just a random creation option, which that's helpful. But I'm just gonna show a little bit of this because it's actually kind of interesting. They both confine and really. They both confine your character building, but also really open it up. In that, you've got your 4 different races: orcs, dwarfs, elves, and humans, and each race gets its own set of classes, rather than kind of constricting that. So let's. We're not actually building this class, but I'm just going to kind of show this off. So, if you're playing orcs, you get barbarians, you get hunters, or you get shamans. Or just to show the other end of the spectrum, if you play humans, you get mercenaries, crusaders, and free mages. There's kind of basic, kind of like a scouty, roguey class, then a big melee, shield motherfucker class, and then your magic class. And that's kind of each race has one of those, but they all play differently. Cancel that. For instance, back here, the dwarfs, the orc mages, for example, the shamans, they get blood magic, which nobody else can have, which, is kind of a nice thing where they get mana for every health they lose when they get attacked, which is pretty handy. And then it kind of goes on like that. You get to pick a face.
You choose me.
A bad voice that's going to speak up surprisingly regularly. All sorts of skills. We'll get into more of this later, but each class basically can only kind of learn certain skills, and by kind of doing this, you get to bump up the kind of stuff you're immediately trained in, which is pretty handy, and you kind of get abilities based on that. But we'll show that as we're kind of leveling up my characters later. I do want to leave this party. I don't care about this party. Back. There we go. Load up. Gotta save already for this. We're going to start off the way you always start off this kind of game, or at least the way you should start off a kind of game like this, in a motherfucking dungeon. You want to go fight some thieves? We're going to fight some thieves. Den of Thieves, to be specific. This dungeon's actually good because it's going to allow me to kind of show some of the more, fiddly aspects of this game, which is what I wanted to show, because it's kind of what people are coming to this for, They're looking for that old-fashioned, dungeon crawling experience. So, it's all first person. You get your party down there. You kind of pick who is lead. And you were just walking around with WASD, turning with Q and E. And it's all turn-based, so it's moving one step at a time.
Coming our way.
Okay, fight. Shit. So we've got this brigand here. He's attacking us. And every character can... if you decide to start, if you choose to move, you gotta do it on your first turn, move everybody all at once. Otherwise, if a character attacks you, all gotta go through an action. Everybody can either defend, attack, ranged attack if they got a ranged weapon, or if you're close enough, melee attack. We're going to just do a ranged attack, show what that's like. I haven't taught her bows yet on this save, but she's got some magic because being an elf scouts, the elf warrior class, the blade master, gets earth magic, because fuck it, they're elves. I like that. I'm gonna have her do that. Freeze that guy in place. My mage is gonna, do magey shit. Hey, look at that, magey shit. Now we're gonna close in for the kill. My orc barbarian's kind of a boss. Oh, cool.
Love them little rooms and little corridors.
You'll get lots of great conversation from your from your guys, depending on the personality you chose for them. That said, that personality sometimes can be a little annoying. I think it's this one. Yes, Ren is what I named her. That's should have put a W in front of that. Seemed like an elf lady name. She has a Scottish accent and talks repeatedly about how, oh, the enemies are there. They clearly smell us. Who forgot to bathe? It's really annoying. But you can turn that off as well. There is an option for turning down the character VO, which is, you know, kind of thank God. All right, I think this is what I'm looking for. There are goodies in this room somewhere. Yeah, there's weird things in this game, like these books that, like, it's clearly meant to turn them the other way because there's textures missing here. I didn't mean to walk right into that to show that. Yeah, this game was in early access for a long time. In fact, I seem to remember this was one of the first early access games, and it was specifically probably like the first, like kind of the biggest name early access game. This is the full release, so this is, you know, this game is out.
Looks like they smelled
This is not a beta. This is done. But yeah, overall, it seems like it's suited well from that early access period. It feels like a fairly well put together project. I will say, it looks really nice right now, but if you play it on medium, it does look a little more chunky than it should. And also, if you just set it in game, like if you try to adjust the quality settings while you're in game like this, it won't show up, even though it says it should. What you got to do is you got to go back to the menu, then reset all your settings, then go back to the game, and then it will look normal. And, what tag should I use here? I'm just gonna show some of the different schools of magic. Once somebody levels up, I'll really kind of get into showing some more of that. I don't know why I used my mage to attack there, instead of using magic. That was silly. Let's do some, let's reduce his armor. Or give us all armor, yeah. Give us all magic armor. And fireball. The nice thing about this game is it doles out potions pretty easy, and you can kind of use them in between battle with no real problem. So you should feel no worries about just really wasting, just absolutely wasting your MP and stuff like that. All right, so we got some guys leveling up. Leveling up's pretty simple. Whenever you level up, you get the chance to, you know, drop some points into your might, your magic, your perception, your destiny, your vitality, and your spirit. Perception is range damage. Destiny is evade and critical hit. And vitality is vitality, and spirit is mana. So, for him, just, you know, he's a barbarian, so max out that shit. And for her, I'm going to put it all into perception because she is my scout. Dwarves don't normally make good scouts, but whatever, I said that seemed like a thing we should do. And then skills. Every level up, you get some skills you get some skill points. And the way skills work is basically you have each class can learn up to a certain amount of each of the skills they're able to. So they're not each class can only learn certain skills, and they can only learn up to a certain point in certain skills. So, for example, she is able to only get to a master rank in light magic, but you know he is obviously able to get up to a grand master rank. I think it's a top rank. Yeah, grand master. And then as you kind of level up, once you hit a certain point, you can't upgrade anymore until you go see a trainer, who will teach you to be an expert in that. And then once you've spoken to that trainer, you're able to put more points to do that. But you also get this perk here for crossbows. As you can see, my critical hit is increased by a vast margin. But for her, we're gonna put a bunch of points into reducing the penalty from medium armor, because that's really useful. And for him, we're going to max out try to bump up his mace, because that's what he's using right now. Alright, nope, onward.
They're attacking from the side.
Oh right, this battle sucks.
Oh,
Because there's basically two of these shitheads.
Enemy attacking from behind.
Oh, poison. Poison is a real pain in the ass in the early parts of this game, specifically because it's not easy to get rid of. You kind of just have to suck it up and waste as many antidotes as you can find, and you'll run through them really quick. Like as you can see, I've only got 6 here, and I'm gonna run out of them probably by the end of this dungeon because all these guys have poison on their weapons. That said, eventually, fairly quickly, you will learn a antidote spell, which is basically as long as you can pump mana into your spellcaster to use it, you can stop getting fucked over. Enemies are fairly... Like, the game is fairly ruthless, is what I've noticed, too. Like, it's not... The enemies generally aren't easier. I mean, these are pretty low-tier guys we're fighting right now. But if you... This is a game that's not afraid to put really hard stuff kind of wherever it wants and punish you for going to it too early. There is a dungeon full of, like, lizard people, snake men, really close to the opening, really close to the starting town. And if you are, you know, if you were just unfortunate enough to wander in there... Oh, yes. So this is other things you'll find in dungeons, where you'll find these special walls, and... I don't want to know what that is. You'll find special walls, and basically you need to pick a character to kind of deal with it. So this is a magical barrier, so obviously we're going to pick our mage. Yeah, and that's kind of basically... That's where you'll find a lot of hits, you know, secrets hidden and stuff like that.
There are enemies ahead.
Fuck up this militia guy. So you see all that magic, you know, different damages popping up. That's obviously, you know, determined on weapons. Like, she is dual wielding with a couple of cool swords. Each sword is mystical, so she got her physical damage plus the mystical damage and fire damage for her swords. That kind of crap.
I kill you.
I really should give my mage some more mana. Whatever. We're not going to spend a ton of time in this dungeon. Just because I just kind of wanted to show what basic dungeon crawling looks like, giving ideas to the way they kind of construct their maps and construct the traps. I don't know what stone disc fragments are for yet. I've only gotten one so far.
Seen something.
I should probably heal guys up. I'm being lazy and not actually bothering to, like... Normally I'm pretty on it. Making sure I've got all my guys all healed up as much as possible. I will say this is a game with these dungeons, it is not... Don't feel bad about leaving the dungeons. Like, if the game is kicking your ass, you know, feel free to fucking book it and just... and just go back to town. Stock up. The game will not look bad on you for it. It generally leaves the path behind you pretty clear, assuming you left it clear. Oh yeah, those are lore books. You'll pick up these lore books fairly regularly, and they will show all kinds of stuff. They'll give you more lore of the Might and Magic world. It seems like this takes place after Heroes of Might and Magic 6. I haven't played a ton of Heroes of Might and Magic 6. I mean, it's all the same universe, but I haven't played a ton of Heroes of Might and Magic 6, but there is some stuff mentioned that is from later in that game. That is from, like, in that game, so it sounds like it's past that. So obviously I'm going to fight these guys at range, because I can't really get to them. Fireball. I'm just using the number keys for all this, by the way. You can use the arrow key. You can click on it, but, you know, fairly nice simple hotbars. And then, of course, in battle, if you know the stuff you're looking for, especially with a mage, you're going to have a lot of abilities that are not necessarily always going to be on your hotbar. You should just be able to. Let me get to the... You just pop up your spellbook and pick the thing you need from there. Oh, he needs more mana. Yeah, so like I could put this on here. In fact, I really should leave this here. This is a bad one. Get rid of that. We don't need that. So this is the... I like that. This command is cool. It's the use best health potion or best mana potion command. That's what the one with the sparkles is, but you can also just put items and whatever you need on there. I like that you can just continue to play with these windows open. I don't even know what's going on.
Now they're shooting at us?
Technically, you really don't need to see all this. You kind of just need this part. I mean, all you really need to see is exactly the damage that's happening to your guys. Fuck him. There we go. I gained an iron key and a bunch of stuff. The weird thing is, you'll find lots of, like, silver rings and necklaces and stuff, but most of it's not actually, like, magic or useful. It's all just, ooh. Faint draft, secret passage. Scouts are good at passages. Look at that. Goodies. But generally, it's all, like, crap. None of it's actually, like... It's all just like, it's a fancy ring. It's worth a few bucks, but it's not actually going to do anything for you. Oh yeah, unidentified stuff. As far as I know so far, there isn't really a way to identify stuff. Oh yay, brigands. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do in this scenario. We're gonna have him cast Celestial Armor, which is gonna make us all golden and shiny and stuff. Guard.
I don't feel so. Take cover!
Blocks that damage. Just, no. Continue to move forward. There you go. And now, heal yourself up. And now we can hit these guys face to face, which will be significantly easier than fighting them at range. I'm actually kind of letting my guys get hurt on purpose a little bit here, just so I can kind of show the rest system. So basically, you can see I've got this campfire thing over there. You carry days worth of supplies with you, and at any time you can rest for like 8 hours. And when you rest, you regain all your health, you regain all your mana. If any of your guys are unconscious, which is when they die, when your guys die, they go unconscious, and then they have a secondary health bar, and then basically the enemy can continue to attack their unconscious body, and if they do so, once they kill their once they finish off their unconscious body, then you die permanently, and you need to go to the chapel to get yourself, revived. Yeah, but at any time you can just click rest, get your stuff back. It'll revive you if you're revive you if you're unconscious. It will not cure status effects. If you are poisoned, you're fucked. Yeah. Also, I haven't mentioned companions. We've got companions here. You will hire them randomly from towns. They can. Sometimes they're quest people. So, they're like this one here. She's looking for a book these thieves have stolen. That's why she has chosen to join me. But there's also guys like Kengi here. I hired him from a restaurant. And they all provide different bonuses. Some of them will help you in battle. Here, you can see him here. He gives me this bonus here, the well-rested bonus, where we're all granted 10% extra stats when we rest, because we have him. Otherwise, our resting would just be for health and mana. It wouldn't give us this bonus. Whereas she helps us anticipate traps and enemies and all that kind of good stuff.
What is that?
Yeah, your guys will helpfully peep up whenever there's, like, a secret thing. Like, this secret thing. Breaking walls, that's what warriors are for. I do like the little bit of boosh blocks coming out of the walls. Alright, so let's just... I don't want to show this whole dungeon. So what we're going to do is we are going to load up another save. This is as far as I have gotten as this save. And I'm going to show you the town and the open world. Just kind of show you what you do with all the goodies you find. So what's in this game? As I said, 12 playable classes, between the 4 races. And there's over 20 skills for you to fuck with. 3 towns, 1 city, big open world, 20 plus dungeons. A lot of dungeons. There's a couple like Uplay dungeons as well. More than 60 creatures and 6 unique bosses. Really, only 6 unique bosses? I've already fought 2. That makes me sad. And there's a bunch of quests. There's actually a lot of side quests you'll find in this game. Kind of like... in fact, the main quest I barely even have paid attention to as a result. So let's go to the inn and buy some supplies. There's also modding in this game. This it does come with a modding kit. There is no Steam Workshop integration right now, but I would hope they would eventually put it in. So at the inn, you can rest, but you can also buy more supplies for the road, which is, of course, useful. I'm also going to rest. Ah, damn it. I'm pressing buttons at random. Oh. Apparently it's night outside. Night doesn't really mean... I haven't really found day and night to really mean anything, aside from, the environment changes. You would expect them to put in, like... more different monsters at night, or more monsters, or stores are closed, or whatever. But no, like, any time of day, I can go in wherever the hell I want. So yeah, you'll go into various places, and and there is weapon and armor wearing. It kind of depends. It's less on, like, there's not a specific number for it. It's just if a guy attacks you hard enough, he might break your weapon, at which point, you gotta go get a new weapon, which sucks. Sell that, because I don't need them. I need to go get those identified. Alright, what do we got here? Frost Tribal Cleaver. That sounds pretty awesome. daggers. I don't have anybody trained in daggers yet. Fiery Tetsubo. That sounds awesome. What does it get? Plus 4 to 4 damage. Yeah, it's significantly better than my current mace. Gives me 4 air damage, but I lose some, no, it gives me fire damage, but I lose some air and earth damage, which is, Or I can use this, which is slightly better, and I get some more damage for air, but no, I'm gonna go with the Tetsubo. That thing sounds awesome. And sell that. Gotta just right-click for everything. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed you don't get to see, like, the weapons, like, swing out. Like, it's just, like, you know, the swing, like, the swing lines, but you don't actually get to see, like, like, an actual, like, weapon go whoosh. But whatever. I'll take it. Anything else I want to equip other people with? She's got a basic bow. No, I'm good for him. She could use a better weapon. She's still using her opening axe. Are these one-handed? No, those are two-handed. She needs a one-handed axe, because that's all she's able to wield. Because she's not great. Nope. Alright. You've got nothing else for me, then. Let's go identify weapons. To identify weapons, you gotta go to a... Where is she? I think she's over this way. You've got to go to a magic lady. You know, I don't know if it's different in every town. Then again, there's not that many towns, so... In this town, you go to this woman. She sells charms, and she'll also will sell you potions. It's pretty useful. Identify all items. Yep. And you can just sell me, like... I don't need that many... Actually, you know what? I've got plenty of potions. I'm good right now. Plenty of potions, plenty of stuff. So yeah, towns are pretty basic. You know, you can talk to, you know, it'll show pretty easily what is where, places you can go, houses you can visit, people you can talk to. So far I have found not every town has, I have not been in this house, apparently. Enter Orleans' house. Oh. You're new? Let's gossip. What's up, Orlean? Carthal has been an imperial colony since the days of Brian Falcon. All right. Yeah, there's lots of you know, talking in this game. Lots of lore. I don't have. There we go. I got Orleans flowers and a quest. Cool. You get a shrine of remembrance. All right. Where is this shrine? Brother's ashes were never recovered. The habit of laying flowers on the shrine on the anniversary's death with brings over the countryside. I can't do that. You can head near the shrine, where the shrine is located midway between here and Port Mayron, a bit to the west off the main road. It looks like a small arch with several angels on top. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Let's go do that. I bet there's going to be some fighting that happens there. We also could have talked to her. Actually, yeah, go back in just for a second. When you're in a place with multiple people, it should allow me to talk to her. Normally there'll be multiple portraits up there, and you can kind of click them to talk to other people in the room. Which is useful. If you don't figure that out right away, though, it's really easy to, like, be like, God damn it, how do I find out how to do this? Where is the fucking crossbow trainer in this town? Actually, do I have anybody who is, in need of training? Dodge. I think I know where there's a dodge trainer. How about you? You need to max out dual wield. Fire magic, there's nobody who knows how to do fire magic in this town, so you're shit out of luck. Two-handed? Nope, nobody knows how to do that in this town. Which is weird, because there's this big orc dude here who you'd think could teach me how to do it, but he's like, no, I only know how to be like a warfare master guy. No, he's endurance mastery. Which is great, but not what I need. But I think there's a dodge person over here. Training house. What we got here? Air magic, bows, crossbows. You know, none of you are useful either. I like the look of this game overall. Like it's got a real good classic fantasy look. I want to fight some monsters because the way monsters kind of look and come up to you, I think, is pretty decent. But we've kind of seen what we need to here, so let's get the hell out of here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do know where there's a dodge guy. Hold on. Down here, in the stable. Also, we need to I don't have enough money for it, though. We do need to hire a new guy. Because we only have the one hireling. No, you can buy a pack force. We can buy this pack horse. Talk to this guy. Damn it, you can't train me either. You're a big dude in armor. You think you could train me how to do stuff, but no. Everyone in this town is useless. Alright, let's grab one more. Let's try to find a hireling before we go out into the open world and complete that quest we found earlier. I will say this, as much as I like this old classic, you know, walk around the grid style thing, it does feel like it's a little slow when you're in the big open world. Let's hire you. Warrior's only strong. 100 gold? Yeah! For small cut, 100%, and 2% of the gold we find, I can furnish you with that knowledge.
Welcome
So you'll tell me my enemy's weaknesses. This hireling reduces the distance before which enemies become aware of you. And shares his basic knowledge of the Ajin dwellers with you, improving your recon radius on the minimap by 1. Alright, that sounds useful. Fair amount of load screens in this game. Loading's not too bad. Though it does take a little longer than I would like. That said, you kind of can tell why. You know, it's definitely loaded. It definitely feels like it's loading in a fair chunk. Oh, okay. Maybe the loading times do kind of suck. You know, you spend a lot of time looking at this big dumbass wheel. I don't know what it is. Sure is cracked though. I'm assuming eventually they'll tell me what this wheel is. It seems important. Right, so we have her flowers.
We are all aware that these parts are full of brigands, right?
Yeah, it's quotes like that you're gonna hear just fucking constantly, and it's annoying as hell. So, if I remember correctly, the shrine I'm looking for is...
Sun and wind.
No. Damn it, I know where it is. I've been there before, damn it. Maybe it's up here. Must be up here. Oh, that annoying humming sound is some of the various magical crap you'll find. What is this? Do not enter the Cyclops Cave. They won't disturb us as long as we won't disturb them. Alright, I think I know how we're going to end this video. It's going to end with us walking into Cyclops Caves. And getting murdered. I did that once. Like, look how close this is to the start of town. The thing that's in there will murder you. And hard. Alright, fuck it. There's some wolves. Hi, wolves.
This one is mine.
Oh, apparently they saw us. Can I attack them yet? No, we're still considered off the... Yeah. Combat kind of proceeds as it proceeds. And you'll unlock more spells and stuff like that. Most of my mage's spells aren't really useful for majority of situations, ironically. He's kind of good for, like, he can fire off his fireball, which is great, but, like, Celestial Armor is only really good for, like, when guys are really struggling. Sunring is useful for guys who, you know, have a lot of armor, but this is only good for dealing with mages. It makes it so whenever a guy casts a spell, he blows up. And then Light Orb and thing that, you know, reveals traps. But whatever. Burn that wolf. This wolf is fast and I don't like it. Burn him again. I do like how the arrows stay in guys and like stick out of them. So you know when you've peppered a guy with enough arrows, like you'll see them all sticking out of him, and it's you know, it's neat. This is all new territory for me, so I'm still trying to figure out where the hell that shrine they were talking about is. This little shack seems cool though. What is it? Can I get into it? I want to buy things from this shop. There we are, the itinerant merchant. Awesome! We finally found a guy to teach me magic. Tell me all about fire magic. How about you, guy? What do you got to tell me? Quest the Naga tea. Let me see. Box Sealy's brought back from the Wolf Duchy. It's called Ole Tea. The whole box is yours for $200. Sure. I've got $200. And I've got... what have I got to sell you? Oh! Items I didn't equip earlier. I probably should have done that. Oh well. Well, let's leave this merchant. Yeah. It's kind of just a real, like, weirdly contemplative game. Just kind of walk around, look at stuff. Find dudes. Find quests. Oh, chest. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about it, specifically. Like, it's not the kind of game where I can talk about all the bombastic action that's gonna happen. It's the kind of game where you just... It's like Skyrim. You're just gonna kind of wander around, fuck about, see what you're gonna see. I mean, it's certainly a bit more old school than Skyrim, but the concepts remain the same. I don't know. I enjoy it, though. Oh! I do find that kind of weird. Like, it does that automatically with the looking at stuff, whereas you can also just do it if you hold the right mouse button, you can kind of look around as well. That hasn't really been useful yet. Oh, hey, that'd be the shrine we're looking for. Let's, we're gonna fuck up this ethereal ghost ice spider. Or whatever that's supposed to be. Oh, man, I should probably heal my, my guy here. My Eldan. Okay, let's defend for everybody else until this spider decides to come in. So you can get surrounded. Like, when you're fighting a battle in an open area like this, if there's enough guys, they can get all around you, and you will have to kind of manage the battle on all sides like that, which is, you know, can be a little rough. Doesn't make for a good time. What does this thing do? Each special strike decreases the mana. That's a lot of mana it kills. We need to kill this thing before it attacks my archer. Yeah, look at that. Just destroyed her mana. That's not cool. Burn, spider! Horrible ghost spider monster thing.
And stay down.
There we go. I don't like that at all. Taking away my mana when you attack. Mana is precious. We delay down the flowers, and we're like, oh...
At least we got paid.
Did we get paid? We got XP for that, but did we get paid? Do I have to go back and tell her? Bring Owen's ashes to the chapel in Carthal. Oh, right, that's the main quest. So that's your main quest, is you're going to Carthal to bring the ashes of your mentor, you were all students together, to this big city called Carthal. That said, I've gotten so distracted from that I kind of forgot that's what I was doing. Huh. Crazy statue? Sure. We're blessed. Yay. I don't know what that means. Let's go look at that weird stone. So yeah, I mean, not really much else to say about it. This is still kind of just the opening area, so I haven't really shown that much. But, this is Might and Magic 10 Legacy. It's definitely streamlined itself from the old stuff quite a bit. There's certainly bits and pieces that are I keep saying I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. There's bits and pieces that are, a bit more modern, the way that... Gotta stop saying now I'm doing it over and over and over again. It's terrible. Hold on. The equipment and the skill systems, as well as the experience of leveling up, while being similar to the old style, have definitely been streamlined to fit in with a lot of the newer ideas when it comes to RPGs. Signpost put here months ago, something necromancy, something witchcraft, something bad stuff. Got it! But the combat, a lot of the kind of stuff when it comes to, fighting in multiple directions, and attacking and the way the range attacks works where it's only in a line, and, you're not... The weird mix of, essentially a JRPG and, an open-world RPG is what I'm trying to say. That has all... What are those guys? This is probably a bad idea. So we quick save. Have kind of come together interestingly. The frame rate does sometimes get weirdly chunky. It's not... I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, this might be a good way to die. Here's two random specters who are gonna ruin my shit. Let's break their armor. Yep, that did a thing. And then I have a feeling these things are gonna cast magic. What is this? Immunity against mind manipulation, poison, and agony. Fuck it, try the magic thing. They are immune. Lovely. Every time I try to use that, things are fucking immune. Yeah, this is gonna go poorly. Their frame rate killing attacks are. I'm not a fan of those. So Grenog's unconscious, and as is Elnog. As is Eldan. So that's not great. Eldan's actually about to die. Oh yeah, we're gonna end this video real soon, but this is important. Wait, this is an easy way for me to say, there's no running. If you get into a bad situation, you're in a bad situation, and then you will die, and that is all there is to it.
It can't be.
Oh, she's unconscious, and now they're just gonna attack over and over again. And then we're all dead. And then you get that awesome, super stereotypical wow whenever you die. Yeah, it's silly. I don't know. I like this game a lot. It's definitely got some issues, as I said, with terms of like the technical stuff, like the frame rate's super dodgy at points, as you saw there. Obviously, it's lessons. Obviously, the frame rate's not as perfect as it could be right now, specifically because I'm recording. But even when I've, not even when I've been playing it just regularly, I've seen the frame rate be a little screwy here and there. And there's some weird stuff when you're changing the graphics where it won't update properly, or it'll get even worse and crap like that. But overall, I think it feels good. Like it feels like there's a decent amount of stuff to do in the game. It feels like there is, and I can tell you for a fact that there is a nice strong RPG base here. The gameplay is solid. And if you were a fan of the Might and Magic games back in the day, I'm not gonna say this lives up to the legacy of Might and Magic, because I didn't fucking play those games back in the day. I was a console gamer. I don't know if it does, but I can say it's probably a good enough game as a nostalgia trip. It's priced well too. It's $25, which I think makes a lot of sense for what this is. It's budget priced. It feels like it's a AAA title that's budget priced. That works for me. I get it. There's also a Digital Deluxe Edition for $30, which gets you soundtrack, Might and Magic 6, I want to say. The first piece of DLC that's going to come out, which is called, Falcon and Blood or something, getting that for free, and some set of exclusive armor or whatever. Either way, either edition, this seems pretty cool. You can pick it up now on Steam, $25 or $30, $25 or $30, whatever your choice. Whatever. As always, I've been your host, Halfbeard. This has been a rambling-ass video. I am sorry. I've been your host, Halfbeard. This is Might and Magic 10 Legacy, and we are out.